Thank you. Hundreds of people remain unaccounted for in eastern Kentucky as the state deals with historic flooding. More than 30 people have died, but officials say the death toll could rise as rescue crews make their way into more rural areas. Here's Jim Stratman.
Coming up out of the trees, 80 feet below.
In this newly released video, members of the National Guard hoist stranded residents up to helicopters hovering over flood-ravaged eastern Kentucky. Some helicopters were able to land, rescuing this woman and her infant. The video from Thursday and Friday was when the flooding was at its worst. Today, with floodwaters beginning to recede, Governor Andy Beshear met with volunteers, displaced families, and local officials.
Our next major concern is how hot it's going to get. That's why we have cooling centers open. We don't want to lose one more person.
So far, more than 36 people have been killed in what was one of the state's worst flooding events ever. The victims include 4 siblings swept away from their parents. Floodwaters wiped out entire communities and hundreds of people remain unaccounted for. The governor hopes once cell phone service is restored, some of those people will finally be able to reach out to loved ones.
Thankfully, we're finding a lot more people okay than we're finding bodies. We've done over 1,000 wellness checks just through the Kentucky State Police.
Survivors are now beginning to return home, including Clarence Reynolds, who had just remodeled his entire home before the flood hit.
It just tears your heart out. You lost everything you worked for. You know, it's all going down the drain. It just hurts.
Every home on his block was inundated with floodwaters, and residents are now moving the contents of their homes onto their front lawns. Piles of trash waiting to be hauled away. Jim Stratman, CBS News, Wolfe County, Kentucky.